I'm on a mission to build my ultimate version of an Audi RS3, but it didn't start out looking like this.
Because we bought this car from Copart salvage auction with rear end damage. Once we'd got everything stripped off, this car needed a new rear panel, so we could cut the old one out, weld a new one in, and in a really short space of time managed to turn this car around.
As you may have seen on the last video, we did a repair on this rear end and it may have caused a little bit of controversy. But the main thing with this channel is not only are we learning, but the cars ultimately come first. Thankfully, the body shop which we use are really good and they're also really honest and they're able to help us out with this project. We used flat out paint shop to get this car painted, but they did end up redoing quite a lot of the work that we did to make this car right. But now, thanks to all of their hard work, the car looks like this. And on top of all that work they've done back there, they've also sorted out the Mickey dent, which is now done and the whole side is blended, and also given the front bumper a refresh to make sure it's looking tip top. But I'm still not happy with this car. But luckily for this video, we've got loads of parts which are going to help fix that, along with some more on the way. It just doesn't sound great. It sounds alright, but I know this 5-pot can sound better. To solve that problem, we have an entirely new exhaust system, which is not only going to help us free up the sound, but also help us make more power. This is going to be a beast. It's a lot of pipe.
That's a lot of pipe. That's a big boy.
Now here's the reason why you may want to upgrade your standard exhaust, because not only are the standard cats or cat in this car restrictive and going to stop you making more power, because they have to meet so many regulations these days. They've got things like GPS, which again are going to stop the sound and reduce power, and also have loads and loads of back boxes where we want it to sound like this. I know where to start with exhaust.
So the first step to getting this complete exhaust off is removing the cat back section, which is held in by a bunch of hangers which bolt to the car. So all we've got to do is remove those from the body and then remove this from the cat, and then that should drop down.
Yeah, I can't see another hanger, so hopefully it should.
Coming down. Oh, we've got something.
Yeah, you attached on this side somewhere.
Yeah, we've got a hanger. That bit was nice and quick. I've got a feeling the next bit ain't going to be so simple.
That's because we need to remove the standard downpipe, which on a car like this, where it's 4-wheel drive and has a prop, tends to make it a bit more difficult.
You just jammed.
Yes!
So now we've got the heat shields out of the way, we need to remove the prop, which is going to give us all the room we need to get the cat out.
It's the law, whenever you take a prop off and leave it dangling, someone has to hit the head on it. It's just facts.
I bet it's going to be me. Good job on that.
I know, yeah, you nearly hit your head straight away. Yeah. Do you know what I might even do? Put it all the way up so we don't hit our heads. And then but is that technically breaking the law?
Not really.
You and you cheated the Grim Reaper. That's what this is doing.
There might be repercussions.
Exactly, and it might be worse.
Unfortunately, at this point, we didn't realise how right we were. There definitely was going to be repercussions to the way we took this prop out, and it's not good news.
Spread them.
Yeah, baby. What are we stopping at? Oh, it just needs to go up a little bit.
Oh, yes. That's the one.
So now we've got the prop shaft out, it's time to get the downpipe out, which was much harder than we all thought it would be.
Right. The cat's off. I don't want to talk about how we did it, but we did it in multiple pieces. It's a sectional cat, so it's fine. I definitely will be now selling this to someone, but it doesn't matter because we have our new section here with, check that, sports cat. So that means this car will still pass an MOT, which is what we want. So now we need to feed this new section up, which should hopefully be loads easier because, as you can see, it's a lot smaller than what's come off. This piece in first.
Look how much easier that's gone in, bro.
That was so much difficult.
Like a glove.
Straight on.
Look at that.
Can we get that, Ross? Look at that. Straight on there. Goes that way around. It's
Loads of plain anyway.
all over my fingers.
That's the one that went up.
Right, let's get the V-band on, get the lambdas back in, and then we can look at the rest of this.
We'll have a chat with him first.
Please go in. We need to make sure that is, yeah, that way in there. Okay. Lift it up a bit in the middle. Just needs to go up a little bit more if it can. Needs a good shove.
Is it on the right? Do you know what? I think just to put a little bolt in that side to
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say no.
Get in.
I don't really know how it looked before. Is it flush?
No, there was that much gap to.
You sure?
Well, what would be the decider is.
It's such a tight fit to that, so yeah, we need to.
And it was at this point we realised something seriously wasn't right.
How interesting. Miles off.
And we couldn't for the life of us figure out what it was. It's like the prop shaft had shrunk. It was like 2 inches too short for this car, which didn't make any sense. And we were racking our brains for ages trying to figure out what had happened.
God.
But unfortunately, when we did figure it out, it didn't turn out to be good news.
We've made a bit of a balls up, and it's not good. We've just gone to fit the prop, which fits here, just before the rest of the exhaust goes on, and the Rs3 props are known for being a little bit weak, and Dave at DRW, when he was down yesterday, did pre-warn us, but somehow, when we've gone to fit it, it's like the prop's 1.5 inches, or maybe even 2 inches too short, and just after giving it a little tug in the middle, the centre bearing is collapsed, so it's now, can you hear it? There's just bits sliding around inside it. So I went to find out how much a new one is, and it's not looking pretty. £2,000 plus the VAT. Pretty crazy. Now, I don't really want to spend that because 1, it's a lot of money, and 2, it's a lot of money, and maybe even 3, it's a lot of money, especially for something like this. So we've had a bit of a search. The second-hand one's about, but what's to say that they're not in the same condition as this if they're not split apart already? Like, we could end up in exactly the same position. So there's a company in Leicester which we're going to try taking this to now to see if it can be repaired and hopefully save me a quarter of £10,000 because I really don't want to spend that. It's definitely the bearing, just found this on the floor. It's not looking good, Rev.
Are you sure that's come out of there?
I'm 100% sure, it's still covered in grease. Anyway, let's get this ship down there, let's see, hopefully they can repair it, because if they can, it's definitely good, and it could definitely save a lot of people a lot of money if we can find a fix for this. While we're waiting to hear back on the prop, there's definitely some other stuff we can do. I was really buzzing to hear that exhaust, but this is how life goes, that's cars. We've got some more mods, which we can definitely do, whilst we're waiting to get that back, if it can be repaired. If not, I am going to have to buy a new one because we've got a deadline with this car. I need to get it done. I've gone crazy with the guys at Racing Line. They obviously helped me out when it came to my Mark 8 Golf R, which turned into a absolutely banging car. And I wanted to do the same again. I want this Rs3 to be a beast. Ooh. That is a intake pipe. Ooh, some silicone. Odds on this being an air filter. Oh, he's wrong. Small pipe. I'm guessing they are for something else which we've got. Are these for the rear subframe? Rear subframe insert kit. That's what it is. It's a rear subframe bushing kit. Spacers. Rear body brace. That's nice. Intercooler. Stud and nut conversion kit. Ooh. And some wheels, but I'm not going to show you them yet because we're going to save that till later on, I think. Let's try and use our time efficiently and get some of those other mods on the car whilst we hope that this prop shaft's being prop shaft is being fixed. First thing we've got is a rear subframe stiffening kit, which I believe is an insert which goes in here, 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 and I think there's somewhere else as well. So apparently it's not too bad to do, and you can do it with everything in place. So get it out, like so, and these should come out like so, and then I believe we replace that with this. Doesn't it look nice? So there is two sorts, so let's see which one fits the best. Apparently one fits in one and it doesn't fit in the other. Definitely this one. That's on. I just need to find the torque setting. Okay, let's repeat it 3 more times. That looks like that type, doesn't it?
So now it's onto the dog bone mount insert. So all we've got to do is take the mount out itself, push one section in from the bottom, another section in from the top, and bolt everything back together.
Install complete on the bush inserts. Now what these are going to do on the front is make the engine feel a bit more responsive, so the engine's not got as much movement, and it's also going to make it stronger so it's less likely to damage other stuff. On the back, it's just going to stiffen everything else up a little bit. Definitely going to improve the way this car drives, and what, on a ramp took less than 30 minutes, even just trying to figure everything out as well, so well worth the time, I say. Next mod, we need more air, baby. We're going to replace this pipe at the back, which goes into from the airbox and basically into the turbo. Now these can be quite restrictive from factory, so replacing this is hopefully going to help us free up more power when it comes to tuning this car, which we will be doing later in this video, if I can get this pipe off. Anyway, we will be. Old one out, just to help it slip on. Is brake cleaner, so it will evaporate. Yes, there we go. That's better. Sometimes you need to use your brain. Those late nights and early mornings working on the RS3, totally worth it, but big shout out to Holy for getting us through it. Holy is the perfect alternative to your usual energy drink. Unlike most energy drinks that are packed with sugar and leave you with an artificial aftertaste, Holy is sugar-free, taurine-free, and has no artificial colours or flavours. It gives you calm and long-lasting focus, thanks to the new caffeine blend, designed to kick in slowly for a sustained boost. I used to have a horrible feeling knowing I had to get through the night with the help of another energy drink, knowing just how bad it is for me. But Holy is a game changer here. Now the best part is that one tub gives you 50 servings, meaning that there's going to be plenty to get us through the late nights working on the Audi Rs3. So no more fuel station coffees or sugary energy drinks for us. Plus it's only 20 calories per 500ml. Perfect for athletes or gym goers. If energy drinks aren't your thing, they also have a high electrolyte hydration range and also a refreshing iced tea. Packed with vitamin C and fibre. Personally, I'm loving this strawberry shark flavour. What about you, Mickey?
Loving the strawberry kiwi, it's great.
Check out Holy's Starter Set Deluxe, which includes 42 servings of energy, hydration and iced tea, all for just over £1 a serving. And it also currently comes with a limited edition glass bottle. Grab yours before it's gone. Don't miss out, click the link in the description below and use code ChrisSlix5 to get £5 off your first order over £15. Or code ChrisSlix for 10% off further orders. Thanks Holy, now back to the RS3. Right, we're still waiting on a solution for the prop. I'm not convinced that the company who sent it to will be able to do anything to it, which is becoming a problem because we're supposed to be going somewhere in this car on Thursday, which hopefully you will see in this video. If not, we've got a big problem. But for now, next job, quick service. We've got a service kit from TPS. Let's get it smashed out.
I'm ready for the catch. Oh, she's a tightie.
She's tight. Let's make sure I'm going the right way.
You are.
I am, isn't I? Yeah. Oh, that was tight. You ready?
Oh, good catch.
That was pretty decent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or are you dribbling Mickey?
Where's he dribbling from?
Down the side.
Oh no.
After that, all we've got to do is drain the oil filter.
New plug.
Remove the oil filter housing from the car.
What a good tool.
Yeah, it is.
Pop a new filter in. And then reinstall it and torque everything to spec. And now all that's done, all we have to do is fill her up with oil, make sure it's at the right level, and she's all set.
Service completed, nice and easy. Now, the next thing we want to do is behind the front bumper. So before we take a look at that, let's get this off. That means wheels off, arch liners out, bumper off, then I can show you what we're doing. Straight off, that was a good hack, that, wasn't it? On this side. Oh, that's brilliant. Caught on, there we go. That was easy. If you hadn't guessed, the reason why I took the bumper off is because we're going to be upgrading this intercooler. We want to make this car much faster than stock. I mean, much faster, which means we need colder, more dense air, which is what is going to be delivered by this. Chunky boy! Bosh! That's a beast, that is, isn't it?
It's a big intercooler.
That is going to deliver much more colder air. And these, I believe, should replace the standard pipes. I'm not 100% sure what those reducers and things do, but that looks like it replaces that, so we'll make sure we do that. And this looks like it replaces that. Agreed? Good. Let's take these off. On. Yep, send her home. Lovely. It just makes all the difference, doesn't it?
It does that. No.
You need to do that if you're working with silicone hoses. They're always a tight fit. You need to spray them to make them more workable. That is a nice install. Just saying, it's going to make it a beast.
That was quite simple, actually.
We are still waiting for the prop. The company which we sent it to is not looking hopeful they can do it in time. I did find a repaired, upgraded version which we can do on a part exchange on eBay, which I bought. They don't have that in stock either. So we're getting a bit desperate now. Tuning is on Thursday, it's currently Tuesday, and we have no solution. But I was racking my brain thinking, who might have an RS3 prop? And I think I've got an idea.
Morning.
How's your shaft?
It's good.
Yeah?
How's yours, more importantly?
Not good. Have you got one for us?
I've got all the shafts, mate.
Okay.
I'm like an RS3 breakers yard.
Perfect. We'll send Mickey up shortly in the van.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He'll be up with you in...
Within the next hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
Oh, he's keen, he's keen.
We're on it.
I'm on it. I'm going to nick my brother's van and I'm down.
Sweet. Right, we'll catch you very shortly, mate. Thank you.
Bud. See you
Bye.
soon.
There we go. 3 shafts.
Brilliant.
Hopefully one of those isn't broken, because they could have all been removed in the same way that we've done ours, and we could have no shafts.
Such a mad thing that they're so fragile.
I know.
I don't get that.
Well, fingers crossed, none of these are broken, and then we can take 2 back to him.
I hope Dean's got a nice shaft.
Right, Mickey is back, and he has the prop shaft from Dean in the van. Now, there was 3 there, but 1 was in half, 1 was still in the car, and we just took 1, which seems to be okay. I'm praying it is, because otherwise we're in big troubles. But let's do this as delicately as possible. We don't want to end up in the same situation again. So yeah, we've got to be super careful with this, otherwise bad times. Careful, 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 careful. All the carefuls. Look at the gearbox jack.
So look, we're that far off.
Okay. Get the delicacy tool.
The hammer.
Yes. That, my friend, is home.
Lovely.
But thankfully now we finally have a prop back on the car, thanks to Dean at Saving Salvage, so we can finally get back on with this exhaust install, which we started in this video. And the first step to that is installing the sports cats. With all of these temperature sensors and things which go on them, it makes it a bit of a nightmare to fit, but we did get there in the end. Then we can follow that with the midsection. Then it's on with the resonator. And then finally, onto the back box.
Sweet.
And then once we've got everything bolted up and all the valves plugged in, it was looking so sweet. I can't wait to hear how this less restrictive exhaust sounds with the sports cats and the resonators. I'm hoping it sounds exciting, but not too loud inside the car.
Right, we've waited a long time for this.
Sorry.
Let's finally hear this 5-cylinder with that better exhaust on. I hope it sounds good.
That's been a bit of graft, that, hasn't it?
It's been a bit of work. It's been a bit of work. They're always a little bit harder than you think, but we got there. We got there. It is on.
Let me take your bolts out of the way.
Thank you. Sounds nice, pretty sensible at the moment. Exhaust is done, sounds wicked. So hopefully now I've got everything we need on the car to make it go fast, but we need to make sure, because it goes fast now, or will, that it can stop too, because these standard brakes are shot. They have a massive lip on them, the pads are low, it's not looking too healthy. So we need to change these out, so let's get these ones off. Right, you need a 17, a big Allen key, a punch, some copper grease, a wire brush. Are you listening to a word I'm saying?
And you need to do it fast.
Yeah, come on.
And where's your PPE?
Just can't get the staff.
Now this Audi Rs3 comes factory fitted with 8 pot calipers on the front, so that means there's 8 pistons pushing the pads into the discs. And if I'm correct, these calipers are also shared with the Lamborghini Gallardo, which means that the parts to change the brakes on these cars are super expensive.
we are not going to be putting standard discs on this car. If we're changing them, it'd be rude not to upgrade them. So we've got these beautiful EBC 2-piece discs. So when this bit wears out, you can just change the outer part and not the inner, which is good, which makes them cheaper to change in the future as well. And I think these are actually maybe a little bit cheaper than stock discs too, so it's a win-win. So, get this on here. And to accompany those fresh discs, we also have some rated pads. We've got the EBC blue stuff, which is going to give us better bite, better performance, and I think better durability as well. Does that sound right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Cool. Let's put these in. Done. They look sick.
They look really good.
Yeah. Can't wait to feel how they stop me.
So with everything now cleaned up on the front end and in all the arch liners too, it was time to do the rear brakes.
Right, final piece, and all of the brakes are done. Front discs and pads, rear discs and pads. Not only have we changed them, we've also upgraded them. Next mod, it's an easy little one, stud and nut kit. Something I've always liked doing, makes a big difference, makes your wheels easier to take on and off, and I think looks a bit better too. So you need a little bit of Loctite, and simply thread them in. When we can get Mickey inside on the brakes, I can torque these to, I believe it's 40 Newton meters, and then torque the wheel nut, which is this bit, to its normal torque setting. Right, let's get the brakes out of service mode. That should make a noise. There she goes. Nice.
That sounded good.
Cool, right, can you put your foot on the brake? I'm going to torque these studs to spec. And then we've got some more mods to do. It's just not never ending on this, isn't it? Never ending. Yep. Rs3 needs some new wheels, so we've got them. Hello there. We have gone with these gorgeous racing line ones. Now, I've loved the kind of silver and blue combo on that car, and I'm going to stick with it because I think it looks a bit classier. You see so many blacked out Rs3s and stuff. It's nice to do something a little bit more clean. So, we've come up to Illumi to get some tyres fitted on these. Well, we've actually got two sets for a good reason, which will become apparent in the next few weeks. So, we have a set of summer tyres and a set of winter tyres. Both of these are from Falcon. The set of winters are what we're going to fit right now, but as soon as we've done what we need to do with these, we're going to swap them back to the Falcon Azentis RS820s, which I've heard really good things about, looking forward to trying, but let's get these winter tyres fitted on the new wheels. So now we've got back from Alamy Motorsport, we've got our winter tyres on our new Racing Line R360 wheels, and we can get them on. Got a problem, catching the caliper.
Needs a spacer.
Nice. Yeah. Without those, we can't fit our new wheels. So thank you to Jordan at Wheelmania. Anything wheel-wise that you need, you know they're good guys. So big shouts out to them for saving our skin. Now we can try and fit our new wheel. That's loads better. Centre caps going in like that. Yeah, man. One rule though: whenever you fit new wheels, you've got to do this. How much of a difference does that make? It just ties it all in, doesn't it? The exterior is now getting there. We're looking pretty damn good. We've got some more bits to do, but we do have a small problem which I'll explain later. But for now, we have some interior work to do. We're gonna put some new seats in, but first, we need to take the old ones out. Now you might be thinking, Chris, why are you changing the interior? Well, one, the car wasn't spec'd too well, and it didn't come with many optional extras on the inside, but two, you might notice that the driver's seat itself is actually twisted. It's not sitting right, the adjustments ain't working right, so that needed changing, and whilst we're changing, we may as well upgrade. So, we've gone and bought the optional upgrade seats for this car, which is the Super Sport seats with the white stitching, so it's not going to clash with the interior that we've got. Finn approves. They look a lot better, they're going to be a lot more comfy because they feel quite a bit more beefy, and should be better for driving in. So let's start with getting the rear seat bench in, and then we've got another little mod whilst we're there, and then we can move on to getting these in. And then I'm going to have to steal your seat, Finn. Sorry, mate. You got it? There we go, now I'm on. And this is our next interior mod. This is the Racing Line carbon fibre K-brace. So this should help stiffen up the rear end along with the other mods that we've done as well, and also it looks really bloody cool. And it mounts using only the factory fixing points, so it should be a dead easy install as well. So let's get this in. I've dropped all the bits off it. I've made a right mess of this.
Okay, no problem.
Which way round do we want it? Cool.
Oh, nice.
And now with everything bolted in, we can take a look at how that carbon K-brace looks, and I think it looks perfect. It almost looks like it's a factory thing. But now that install's done, we can install the new rear seat bases and then change out the front seats for the fresh Super Sport ones.
In the end, oh, you can see from the back how twisted it is.
Yeah, you can see from the front.
Like the right shoulder is like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a workout, this. I don't know why they call them Super Sports. They should be called like Super Size. And I got a bit of a steal on them on eBay. Managed to get these with the front and rear seats for £1. So that's a win. Right, under trays back on. And as soon as we've done that, in the morning we're off to Awesome GTI to get this car tuned, and we can find out how much power it's going to make. I reckon, I don't know what these actually make, so it's, I think 500 would be a very nice number. So I'm hoping it's 500, but we'll see.
So the next morning we got the car recovered to Awesome GTI because we didn't want to drive it the 2 hours there without the tune on it. And then whilst we were there, just before we can go on the dyno, we installed a new air filter and new spark plugs to make sure it's running exactly how it should.
Audi's ready, so we've got our new panel filter in, spark plugs fitted, giving it a good check over, make sure she's going to be good, and it's time for some flashing. So we've got the guys from Racing Line here at Awesome GTI who are going to flash it for us, and then we're going to see how much power it makes, and they're going to do it in a slightly less conventional way, is that how you describe it maybe?
Yeah. So we're going to flash it in the same way that the end user, so yourself could flash it on your driveway.
Okay. So you saying I didn't have to come here?
Yeah, you could have. Just sent it to you. You could have done it in your workshop.
Okay.
So we have our flash at home solution there, which ultimately is the same software the dealer would install. It just means the customers can install it themselves.
Right.
We're going to go 98 full beans because we've got intercooler and everything on this, so we can go full beans, run full boost, give you all the powers that we can get.
That's what we like to hear. So now it's just a case of hit the button, go.
Commit and flash, and we're away.
We're going to hit the dyno and see. I'll be happy if it makes over 500, I think.
I think we'll be around that.
Good, I hope so, because I feel like that's the right number for this car. I feel like it'd be good. Anything less than that, then it's staying there.
But now, with the file flashed onto the car and everything else seeming ready, it was time to load the car up onto the dyno, strap it down, and we can finally see after all this hard work how much power it's actually going to make.
Right, we get the nice front row seat for the RS3. I'm hoping it sounds good because I've not actually heard it under load yet, but I suppose we're going to find out in just 1 second. I'm praying it makes some good numbers and all this hard work that we've done on the car actually pays off. Sounds good, doesn't it? It's not like, do you know what I was worried about with the exhaust? Like, I was worried it was going to sound like too OTT. Happy with that. It's like, sounds nice, not too in your face, which I think is probably ideal for what we've got planned with this car in the next video. So yeah, I'm happy with the sound. It's quite dead under here as well actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think inside the car that'd be nice. This run we have made 516 horsepowers. Bang on the money, if not slightly healthier, so pretty happy with that. Over that 500 mark, it should mean this car now is road trip ready.